Well, I've been staying in a bit too much. I've decided to come out to the little pond nearby and just have a go for these small carp. Not much moving, little run and things, but we might get something small, half a pound or two, who knows. It's worth just trying. Well, so far no sign of any carp at all. A little rudd in here, but nothing moving. It's very still and warm. Well, we've got a little one here. We had a little carp on, then he dropped off at the edge. But it proves that there are still some in here, so we'll give it another hour or so yet and see what happens. Well, we've got a little one on here, on a mixture of bread and sweet corn. He's only a baby, but maybe a chance to get some yet. Oh, there we are, another nice little common, but only very small. Well, it's a grey and rather wet day. I'm hoping it's not going to rain too hard. I'd like to go and have a go at Simon's bass again, see if they're there.
Turn left, place no aiming Mars low, then bear right.
Very grey weather over here. Let's have some sunshine. But we'll come down and fish the cruise at the bottom of the lane here below my house, below my wood. Well, I went all the way to Simon's Pond this morning. I forgot the worms, so I've come back here not to waste the day. Picked up the worms on the way. Have a little go at the bream, see if we can get a small roach and maybe even a silur if we're really lucky. Well, it seems the bream is still here. It's only a little one, but the start of the day. Possibly a bit too small. Not much bigger, but just a little bit maybe. I'm getting a few bites now. Wait a minute. That's another small bream. Another nice wee bream. Pleasant 3 hours, 4 hours or so. Missed out on the bass this morning, having not taken the right bait. Then came down here straight afterwards from the house to catch a few bream. So we've had a few, one little tiny perch, but always the chance of a silur on the worm. But I couldn't get any small live bait, so I couldn't go for the silur themselves. But it's been very pleasant sitting here, and it's it is one of the other lovely places that I love down here, just down below the house. And we'll get one last fish in. There we go, last little bream of the day. And back in quick. That's it for today. The sun comes up in the morning here across these lovely cornfields. sun's just catching those right, isn't it? Yes, beautiful. Lovely compositions. Well, we're here this time with the worms. We'll have a go at these bass, see if they're here. The little spot, rather overgrown now. We'll give it a go and see, you never know. We've got 3 rods out, 1 float and 2 and a light ledger. So 2 floats and a light ledger. Had 1 small bass out on one and a bite on another just now, just a nibble. Small one, but it's a start. Isn't that delightful this time of the morning? Cast this one out again. Another worm on. I think it's had a nibble. Maybe not. Bite on this one again. Let's come up again. What's happening there? Worm's off though. Come here. Yeah, nothing much wrong with that. It's not quite showing. One took the bait then, but it must be a perch or something because they're just nibbling at it, not taking it properly yet. No, something's having a go at it again. We'll give it a go in a minute. Must be very small, whatever they are. Can't get hold of it. Let's see if anything's on this one. Right over here somewhere. Yep. A little bass. The sunshine on that, isn't that lovely? And a small one again. Well, the second small bass of the morning. Something going on down there. Small fish, I think, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, we got him. Got the little bass, I think. Sort of small perch. Let's see what we've got. Oh, wee perch taking that huge worm. Yeah, a little tiny thing like that, look. I've reached the shallow end and put a bit of bread out, and you can see a carp having a go just down there, but I'm going to go to the far end. It's impossible to get through to the left because it hasn't been worked on for so long and it's just so thick. But we might get one of those carp out just there in a moment before I move down. A bit of flake on the back here and just try and flick it out to where the fish are feeding out there, and we'll just see if we're lucky. Not to go and tit over us down here. Cast it right out there, and we'll see. That's about right. Now then, yep, we're in. Oh yes, nice fish. Well, that wasn't so hard, but can I get any closer to the water's edge? get him out of these trees. Not a huge fish in here, but they always fight well and they do get some fun sport like this. These margins. Here he comes. So we get him into the net. Nice dark bronze fish. In you come, my beauty. That's got him. Yep. What a lovely fish, eh? There's more out there yet. They're still swirling out there, but just look at that. Isn't that a beautiful fish in there? And right there. So here we are, the first fish down the pond this time. Getting back in again and we'll see if we can get some more out. Some more moving around out there, so before we go on I'll just try and get a little bit closer to the water here without falling in, as I say, or trying not to. That's it, now we can see what we're doing. I'm going to put a bit of bread on there again and flick it out there and see if anything else is interested before we move on. I've seen the fish moving a bit further out there, so I'm going to try and get out and cast to that one. Just wade in a little bit here. I know it's a good bottom here. I've only got little wellies on, but I need to get about 20-30 yards out there. But with this tackle I should be able to. Just under that tree over there. Like that. Now that's got a chance. A small one, having a look at it now. Oh, it's come off. That's a good fish too. Let's try him again. Now I think it's time to move up to the other end now. We've had a go here, but they're going a bit quiet, so we'll go and feed up the other end. Right, so I'll make my way down to this corner. And I should be able to tempt some fish out of here for the rest of the afternoon, with a bit of luck. Ooh. I boxed down here already, but not easy to fish with the branches, but we'll give it a go. Certainly some fish here now. It's a good corner, this one, and there's fish moving around here already, so it shouldn't be too long before we're into one here. See two carp coming up there straight away for it, which is pretty good going. Let's get a bit of bread straight out to them. Trouble is I've got to fight them sideways here. I don't think it's going to be long before we're onto one here. It's quite a fine hook, this one. I don't want to use that rod yet. It's a bit too light. I want a heavier rod first. I'll put corn out later. I want to be able to get these fish in. Yeah, they're all out there all right, you can see. Not very big ones yet, but they'll be down there. I know there's fish to £10 or so in here, not huge, but for here, nice. Right, let's see what we can do with that now. I'll just plonk it just down there. That's frightened him. I want that bread to sink. That's the trouble, and it hasn't. Let's just get it out there. Oh. Now, let's see what happens there. Shouldn't be long. quite a surprise. Yes, they're coming up all round now, you can see. Otherwise they haven't taken that bit down there though. Just drop that down there. Right, now we're in on a bit of floating crust. The problem is trying to control it under all these branches. Good solid fish these. So we can get him in. He's not quite ready yet, but there we go. That's a good one. There's a lovely looking fish, isn't it? Good chunky fish. But there's fish up to £10 like that in here. Right, well, here's the first fish out from the spot. It's chunky little £3-pounder. Get another one out the same way. If I can just get this out amongst that bread, just with a floating crust, we'll have a chance. There's fish out there nicely at the moment. Can just get a bit of bread on the edge, just out at the end of the rod there. Gotcha. Another nice little carp on the surface. Okay, we've got a short rod length here to play them with, that's the trouble. Oh, he's off down this corner, so we'll just creep around here, see if we can just cast up round this corner, get at them. Might just manage. If I stay just behind this tree, he's just down there. I should be able to just go over this tree here if I don't go and get tangled up in it. There we go. Gotcha. Another one of these fish. Come up and have a look at him. All about the same, about 4 or 5 pounds these ones. There we go. Put him back in again too. Oh, play, that's it. Oh, it's a nice fish actually. Best one of the day so far. Looks about £8. Yes, it's a nice looking fish. I guess we can get this one in. I should be able to. Up you come. Oh, lovely fish, yes. See for the water, but oh, come here. Can't see what I'm doing. The water's so dark. Come back. Should have had it in the net by now, but it's so difficult these conditions. Here we go. My excuse anyway. Yeah, it's a good fish now. Here we go. Into the net. Yes, that's got him. Oh, it's a nice 8 pound or so. There were bigger fish in here. Oh, just got a lovely fish out on bread. It's a good 8 pound, if not more. See if we can pick him up for you. Lovely big fish. Isn't that a smashing one? Get that back in then. It's a better fish for the day. See if I can tempt any fish on sweet corn, but it's such a small area to fish in this. It's hard to even get the float out there, just where I want it. But it should be alright just out there. Put a bit more corn in there. We've had fish on corn here in the past, but now we're into the bread more today. There we go. Pick up the rod again and we'll see if we can get another fish. I know there's fish bigger than that in here. That was a nice one. We fish on sweet corn now. Just taken. About time we had something on sweet corn. Oop. Not easy to control in this. All these branches. I've done a lighter rod as well this time. Let's go around there. There we go. That's better. Ready for him now. Another well-conditioned little fish, this time on sweet corn. Only a couple of pound. It's getting late in the afternoon. We've got another little one on sweet corn again. There we go, we'll have him in now. Come here. Right, we've got him. There he is, nice little fish. Didn't think I was going to get that fish out then because it was all wrapped around the branches, but it's a nice fish. He's about £6, I would say. That's a big chunky fish. Well, it's a lovely time of the evening now, just coming on 6:30, and the fish are just starting to feed on the surface again. You can see there's a piece of bread out there that, as the light comes through these leaves, that they're feeding on right now. I can't quite reach there, but I've got a bait halfway there. I think they'll come this way gradually anyway. Bubbles around the sweet corn float. Start here. It might go down yet. Had one fish out on sweet corn, but they've gone back down deep again, so I'm trying bread deep and sweet corn deep. But it's a lovely light, isn't it, when it's like this, shining through the leaves. On the sweet corn, just gently went away. Now I've got to try and find room to fight it under here. Not easy. Keep it out of the branches a bit as well. Don't think it's a very big fish, but just went away ever so steadily. Come along then. Up you come, let's see what you are. Oh, right at the last minute pulled off. Oh well. Yep, that's just coming on the feed again now into the evening, and just got one on sweet corn now. Get off. Only a small one, but don't half go. Come here. Awkward with these branches all over. Got him. There we go. That's the way. quite a nice fish on, but he's taking me right round all these branches, which is a bit of a devil. If I can get him off them, I'll be all right if I can. I don't know quite how he's managed that. It's a nuisance. You'd think the branch would come away, but it's not at the moment. Got him, branches and all. So let's see if we can get him bugger in now. Where are you? Very nice fish. But he doesn't want to come in yet. But he's going to come in now. If I can get this net away from the branch. Gotcha. There we go. It's a lovely fish. Not as big as I thought, but he's a good 6. Coming into evening and getting a few more bites. The one just off the surface here. I can get him under these branches and in. Oh, he's come off. That's 4 that will come off. Come on up. Can't get any higher than that branch, that's the trouble. Gotcha. There we go. That's a nice little 3 or 4 pounder. And they're getting closer to me as well, so that's good. With the bread, put that down there. Get the hook out quick. Well, I've got another bait just out there floating. The light's just shining through beautifully, and the fish just be coming up. I just back off a bit. There's a fish just having a go at it, but he's out there. He won't quite take hold of it. I think he's felt the line. Yep, we're into him. I thought he'd come back. He's trying to under these tree roots now. I want him back out again. Oh, he's come off and left me right in the bit of briar. Right, let's see if we can get this fish in now. Got one on the sweet corn and it's up around all over the place here. The koi pew just went past then. Well, it's just coming up 7:30 and I reckon that's it for the evening. It's been wonderful. Had a lovely afternoon here. Caught one decent one and they all fought well. So it'd be nice to get back to this spot and have a go. A bit overgrown, but still nonetheless it's a charming place to come just occasionally.